Hello everybody, welcome to the Stanley Parable. Now this game came out in 2013. There's actually a newer version of this game on Steam, but I wanted to play the older version of the Stanley Parable, which dates back to 2013. So this is a narration game, and choices matter. So there's like so many endings and all of that stuff. So um, we're gonna try to get a couple of these achievements, and yeah. But we're gonna begin the game and try to make some choices, because that's what all this game is about.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, but before I do that, I'm gonna put the subtitles on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What's this? I don't know, but I did something. Oh, there's another one. I'm already finding secrets. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, so for this playthrough, or for this part, we're gonna do what he says, and then we'll start messing around and, like, rejecting what he says. So
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. That's a lot of stuff. Meeting room. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Not cost efficient. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Employee 417, 405, 491, 416, 431, and Jim. Shift Global Market Parade. Nice job. Oh, nice slideshow. Your boss appreciation minute. Find yourself in a conflict with another employee like yourself. Okay. Remember that it takes. Okay. Success. Plant life. Thing here. Alright, let's go. Broom closet. I'll probably go in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. But yeah, I'm just gonna do what he says for this part, and then in the next part I'll not do what he says. Executive bathroom. It's locked.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Alright. Says there's something right here, but it won't let me pick it up, or it won't let me interact with it. But there is something here. Alright.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
That's not
by
true.
Sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
But you told me the code. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But there's escape right there. But I'll go through there in another video. Ooh, a button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So many screens. Press.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
Fired.
nature revealed.
Where's
Each
mine?
bore the number of an employee
mine
in the
right there.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
Wow.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So weird. I love how there's only one screen up there and it just says fired.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ooh, a big red button. Can I press it? No. What's over here? What's down here? Nothing. Is there anything down here? I'm gonna press every single thing in here. I must look around, see if there's any secrets. I don't know what that is. So many buttons I can press. Alright, let's go to facility power. Mind controls idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Alright. And again, I have to turn this thing off, but in another video I'll turn it on and see what happens. Turn it off. Ooh. Hello?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Is it over?
Yes.
Oh, I see
He had
sunlight.
won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
So many mysteries.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
I see the birds flying
but
and
happiness. Perhaps his
the
goal had not
clouds
been
and
to
the
understand,
trees and the leaves.
but to let go. No
The
longer
building
would
over there.
anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be
Oh, it looks
his.
so beautiful.
And that was all he needed.
Kind of looks like playing like
It was perhaps
kind of looks like
the
playing
only thing
Oblivion,
worth
kind of.
knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Kind of looks like Oblivion graphics. Ah, so nice.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Very happy. I have defeated the mind control machine. Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Well, that's one achievement down. And I think in the newer, in the new Stanley Parable game, there's like more endings. I think I forgot how many endings there are in this game, but in the newer Stanley Parable game, there's like multiple endings. There's like way more endings. I think there's like 40-some endings in the newer Stanley Parable game. Um, um, but I think in this game there's a lot less. But I'll try to find all of them. But I'm gonna end the video off here. In the next video, we're gonna be disobeying the narrator and going our own ways, and try to see if we can get any more achievements, because there are quite a lot of achievements. So I will see you in the next video, and goodbye. Yep, say beat the game, complete the Stanley Parable. And then also there's there's an achievement called 8888. Click on door 430 5 times. This is an achievement, commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Welcome back. Quit the game and then start it again. Speedrun. Complete the Stanley Parable under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including load times. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. So we're going to try to get like those achievements, but also we're going to be not following the narrator's decisions. We're going to be doing our own decisions and see where that takes us. So I will see you in the next video.